So here we are, our very first HoHo Show of 2017, our Christmas show. You will be our first band that we will see, two-thirds of Biffy Clyro. Gentlemen, how are you? It's really great to see you.
Really well, and after that introduction, we're very excited to be opening up the HoHo party.
The
HoHo party.
HoHo party.
And I feel like, even if, I don't know if you know the Rise Against guys, and I know that musically you guys might not necessarily be in lockstep, but I feel like this is a really great rock and roll show from, you know, rock bands are a little bit different. Do you know those guys?
Yeah, we don't know them.
Not personally,
we've shared many festival bills in Europe with them. Those guys have been around for such a long time, and we hold them in the highest regard. So I think to play a show with them is a real honour for us, you know. And yeah, maybe not musically akin to each other.
Sure.
But I think there's a little bit of a crossover there. And,
we don't fit bang on with anyone really. There's always like a slight discrepancy going on in the music world. So Rise Against are about as close as it gets, to be honest.
But I would think that would kind of work for you as well, because then you can kind of be on a lot of different lineups, on a lot of different bills.
That's it. Yeah, we find ourselves playing in heavy rock festivals and almost more mainstream pop festivals and kind of everything in between. And we either kind of stick out like a sore thumb for the right reason or the wrong, but we quite like that. We're at home whenever we play.
Very good, very good. Well, it's really a pleasure to have you back in town. We were supposed to have you a little bit earlier on this year. Unfortunately, that was not able to happen. But from what I understand, from my sources inside of your camp, we've infiltrated it, by the way. You're big Guns N' Roses guys?
Oh, we love Guns N' Roses.
And so you were excited to go to where the riot in '91 happened?
Oh my God! No, that's it. We've been kind of reliving some of our youth this year. We played some shows with Guns N' Roses in Europe, and we were going to go to the shows anyway, you know, just as fans, but to get a chance to share a stage with them was amazing, and to be here is double special.
I remember a bit of that day, or the following day, because I had to go to summer school that year for math. It was bad times in ninth grade. It was awful. And I remember this kid that sat next to me in this math class who was like seemingly 60 years older than me. Like he looked just huge. And he was like, I was at Guns N' Roses last night, and there was a riot. And I was like, you're nuts,
you're
man.
This up.
Like, you're nuts.
Yeah.
It's like, nah, man, I'm a freshman, but I'm not an idiot.
Yeah.
And so then I get home, and my dad is just like, son, did you see what happened at the amphitheater?
Wow.
Guns N' Roses, they tore it up, and And that has just legitimately been a consistent storyline here, you know, since I was in the ninth grade. But they came back this summer, they made it up, and you know.
Did they talk about it from stage at all? Did they mention the riots?
You know, I did not. He did.
He did, yeah.
He did, yeah. If anybody would know, it would be. When you're on a bill like that with a band like Guns N' Roses that you hold in such high regard, you know, I'm very guilty at my job when I meet bands that I really like. I definitely get nervous. I definitely talk faster. I'm sweaty. You know, it's real kind of unpleasant. But you know, that's what you guys do. You know, you're pros like they're pros. Do you get those same kind of butterflies if you run into Slash or whomever? Is it like a big deal, or is it just like?
I think when you see that top hat coming towards you, you don't feel the same as when you're, you know, like meeting other guys in bands. You definitely get nervous if it's your heroes. Like I've kind of.
You can't think of anything to say.
No.
Suddenly you can't think of anything to say. Your mouth goes dry.
You can't even think.
You're trying to act cool, but you're
Right.
definitely.
How are you today?
You're definitely not relaxed. But I have to say, we played a few shows with Duff over the years, and all of the guys really welcoming.
Yeah.
They really made us welcome. They really made us feel like part of the show. And I mean, you know, as a band going out there to play for that audience, they've been waiting 20, 30 years to see Guns N' Roses.
Sure.
The last thing they need is three guys with their tops off shouting at them. So you're kind of there, as long as you don't start throwing bottles of piss at you, you know that you're doing quite well, and luckily that didn't happen. But no, just a huge honour, and you can learn a lot from people like Duff. You know, one of the biggest stars on the planet, but he's got time for everybody.
Right.
He's got a story, and he shares himself with people, and I think he seems genuinely interested in people as well. Which it is something that you can take a lot from.
Well, I've heard great things about Slash too. And like he's like just like a pretty normal guy, albeit an absolute guitar hero all at the same time. You know that you brought up something that I find to be very interesting. So I watched a lot of your videos online. I've seen a lot of performances over the years. I've never gotten a chance to see you live and get to do that tonight. I'm really excited about that. You guys are very secure in yourselves and playing without shirts on. If I said right now, tops off interview, I think you would probably be comfortable with it. Maybe you don't.
No.
I'm not asking you to not. No, you wouldn't be.
No,
It's
that's
just through the rock and roll of it all.
I mean,
the necessity of it.
it's not like we think we look great with our shirts off. That's not at all what it is, because none of us go to the gym or anything. It's more of a kind of, it's a defence mechanism, but it's also, it kind of breaks the barriers down between you and the crowd in a certain way as well, because you can't feel any like dafter or more ridiculous than when you've got your shirt off. You feel very exposed, and so it makes you fight a little bit harder when you get on the stage. You're like, I look really stupid right now, so I've got to win the crowd over even harder.
Right.
So it's kind of, it's become part of our gig routine now, and if we're playing with clothes on, it feels extra strange.
So it started out in a really innocent way. We basically would go on tour, we would sweat so much, we would put all of our t-shirts into the bottom of our case, and then you would get home and you just like have a big chewing gum ball of rotting clothes, and we couldn't afford that. We couldn't afford to keep doing that.
Right.
So, and then it just, there was a freedom about it. There was something about, you know, the way maybe Kiss put on their makeup. It's like they're putting on their armour or getting ready. There's something about feeling a bit stupid, feeling a bit uncomfortable that there's nowhere to hide. I think it maybe brings an honesty in the performance, you know.
It definitely shows the crowd that you mean business, I think, as well.
Yeah. Right. I'm coming to work every
day.
Let's go. Well, you know, I just really want to thank you guys for your time, and we would love to have you back again soon. And I had to say that you're one of those bands that you guys write songs, man, that I legitimately give me chills. Many of Horror is one of the most amazing, like, just, you know, man, one of those songs that you feel. And I am so excited to have you guys back here tonight and to open this show. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Well, that's really kind of you. We're delighted to be here, and thank you very much for having us.
Thank you. Biffy Clyro, opening up our first HoHo show of 2017. Thank you, John.
Ho, 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 ho!